listen, there's something that we have that other people don't have, and there's something that you have that I don't have. But there's so many people in this world, there's so much space at the table. But sometimes people like to restrict it, and it's like, no, this is like very VIP and no one's allowed around. No.
When people see you, they just see the clips and just assume that, oh, you're just having a great time. I wish I could be like you. But like the sacrifice, like that default thing is something that we should all be applying in our lives to be successful.
So you could follow another content creator. You could do that. But if you're not interested in it, don't do it.
Guys, we've got
20 minutes.
Meet the Forbes in the building.
Yes.
Adrian and Tara Forbes, thank you for having us. Thank you for coming, should I say. Look at me, I'm getting nervous. I'm around like, it is not crazy, bro. I did a little refresher because obviously I love you lot's content, always engage with it. But I did a little refresh and I'm just seeing 3.5 million, 2 million, 1 million. That's actually a madness. But guys, we're doing something new, right? What we do on the pod, and I want you to answer as individuals because you're married, so you're one. Yeah. But I want you to answer this in individuals. What is your bread and butter for both of you?
Like, how do you make money?
How do you keep the lights on?
So we're full-time content creators now.
Wicked, amazing. How long has that been?
Since we started.
Yeah.
But it was it wasn't bread and butter then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
It was forced.
Yeah.
But let's say the first day of lockdown, March 2020. Yeah. So that's how we're surviving. Yeah.
Anything else? International singer? Nice.
No, I don't get paid for that.
Okay,
I don't get paid for singing. What else? We've just started our new brand of like streetwear and hats and stuff. So that's gonna be
it's not even released yet, but that's
the next form of the next form of bread and butter. But yeah, the majority of it comes from Meet the Forbes. Yeah.
Wicked. And when did you start that? You said March 2020.
March 2020. Do you know what? She's been wanting to do this for, I can't explain how long, married. Basically 11 years. And I'm like, I got work, I'm tired, that's long. I ain't jumping around. Like, who wants to watch us? And then I had no excuses. I was a gas engineer before.
Yeah.
When Boris said no one's going into no one's house, that was it.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Had no excuses. She started TikTok, started Instagram. That was it. I had no more excuses.
I was an estate agent. And they said, all right, guys, everyone kind of knew that they were going home that day. Yeah. But you know, the managers don't want to say it. So everyone knows they're going home. Yeah. I sat there, I created a TikTok and an Instagram, and it was called Taz and Age, because that's our nicknames, Taz Age. And I said, you guys will never see me again. You will never see me again. That's amazing. And I left. They saw me for 3 days, maybe like 4 months later, but I left after the 3 days. But yeah, I said, I can't do it.
But before the content, Tara, did you have the vision? Did you not know that? No, we are actually funny. Like, people would love to see this. Like, do you get moments where before you did it, like you did stuff and you're like, if we put this on camera, we're funny. Maybe even you're watching other people do content and say, we're funnier than them. So
it wasn't necessarily us being funny, but I used to watch a lot of vlogs.
Yes.
When I was just like Patricia Bright. There's a lady called Diana. I used to watch Diana, and at the time her husband Ahmet. So I used to watch all these people and I was like, oh, this is sick. I used to watch LaToya in the US. I was Nikki and Jamie in Australia. My TV was YouTube. So I used to watch that all the time and I was like, Adrian, we can do this. Like, this is calm. All you got to do is carry a camera around with you all the time. That's all we have to do. Adrian was not doing it, man. And I was like, come on. And then it moved over to pranks and I started watching these pranks and I was like, we've been pranking each other since we were kids. Yeah. And I'm knowing that these people are buying houses with the money that they're making. I said, Adrian.
That's what got me.
Yeah. It's the results.
I said, Adrian, come on. So for instance, like, people have always said that we look similar. So when I think it was about 15 or 16, we was on the bus and he kissed me. And I was like, Mum told you to stop doing that to me.
The embarrassment.
That's the stuff that we used to do.
I want to jump off the bus.
We used to prank each
so
other.
Annoyed.
No. We used to, even when he proposed, he pranked me the month before to throw me off. He took me to the same place. Went to get on the knee. I was like, and he was like, you're right, tied his shoelaces. He said, I'm proposing to you. And then a month later, done it in the same place. And this was before like pranks were a thing. So once I saw that, I was like, Adrian, come on.
Even yesterday. So it was our 11th anniversary yesterday. Yeah.
Congratulations, I saw.
Thank you. And then, so I basically pranked her with a surprise of all of her closest friends and family at the house, and upgraded her ring, and that was a massive. She was like, oh, and I got her to cry. That for me was the accomplishment I wanted. The tears.
Yeah, I don't cry.
Done my thing.
I cry when I'm sad or when I'm angry.
Can you look in that camera and show them what the ring that made you cry? I peeped it as well. I can't lie to you. I said, what? I caught a glimpse of it. I'm joking. I have to put it in the camera. They'll see it though. The people are rewinding right now.
Do you know what it's so good? I've caught myself today. I've been like this the whole time.
Listen,
like,
I deeped it. I've got a good idea.
He done a good job. He done a good job.
A splendid job.
But yeah, I feel like I knew we could do this. Yeah. I didn't know whether people would like it, but I just wanted to make an attempt at doing it.
Yes.
But to be fair, all of our friendship circles would say, you lot are funny, you lot should do this. And I'm like, bro, who wants, like, we know we're funny and we know how we are with each other and how we are amongst friends, but we're like, I'm like, who wants to see that?
Yeah.
Who? I wasn't on YouTube like that.
Yeah.
So my thing, I'm watching TV, I don't see any of this. So when she showed me these pranks, I'm like, oh, that is
He's
fake.
like, that's so fake.
Yeah.
So fake.
It's when she showed me the people that was 21, 22, they bought land and built their house, their dream house. The couple said, this is my forever house. I could not believe that they're in uni, yeah, bought land and built the yard. I couldn't believe it. Swimming pool, like 6 bedrooms, Bentley, Lambos. And I was thinking, how? How do they get paid?
Should have listened to me from the get-go. We would have been much bigger now.
I should have.
But you know,
I definitely should have.
But it's so important. Like, I think there's something for some people out there. Like, there were other people before you, but you still went and did it, and you still created a lane for yourself, which is number one. I think also the fact that you are doing what you enjoy. So you already, it's like, for some people it's forced, right? So they're having to do it for content. So it's just content. Whereas you're just recording your life, but doing stuff you would normally do, but now just making sure the camera's on so everyone else can get a glimpse of it. And then thirdly, the fact that we no longer need to consume television. We can become, like, do you understand? Sometimes we think to ourselves, you need to look a certain way. And that's one thing I love about you guys, is that you're so real with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so authentic in regards to the fact of, like, you see when you did your Top Boy thing, like, without the camera or not, we've all done that walk. Like, one of us has pretended that because you watch it and you just start talk. It just comes out of you, especially when you're from ends. Like, you just start talking that way. But who would think to put a camera? Like, so when I've watched you do it, the reason for me is that I know that you're doing it, but to me, it wasn't like acting. It was like, that's something I would do. And my wife would be there embarrassed, like, even just get in the car. Yeah. You're not a bad man. You got 4 youths. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But it's one of the things that you would do normally without the camera. It's just, when I watch your guys' content, I just feel like it's stuff that you would normally do. It's just the camera's on. It doesn't feel like you said, it feels fake, especially as man them. It's like, man don't even like filming and that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way you guys do it, it's just wonderful, and I think it's a lesson for a lot of people who might be at home now thinking, like, I don't like my job, or I might have something to do, but there's hundreds of creators. Why would I get started?
Why would I do it?
Do you know what I always say? Sorry, I always say that because someone was like, oh yeah, but I don't know where to start, and you know, you're already doing content, so I don't want to take shine from you. First of all,
hello.
Do you know what? First of all, respectfully, when you go into Asda, how many brands of bread is there? Listen, there's something that we have that other people don't have, and there's something that you have that I don't have. But there's so many people in this world. There's so much space at the table. There's so much space at the table, but sometimes people like to restrict it, and it's like, no, this is like very VIP and no one's allowed around. No, there's so much space at the table. So if there's ever anyone and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do, maybe I shouldn't start, no, do it. Because if you don't try, you'll kick yourself. I think the message that you're saying is so good to have you on saying that message, because a lot of people have like a scarcity mindset, which is like there's only enough space for so many people. But effectively what you guys are reminding people is that for everybody listening, there's something that you can do which no one else can do in this world, and it's be yourself. 100%. Like, just deep that. And I feel like that's why I enjoy your content, and I'm sure so many other people enjoy your content, because it literally feels like I'm a fly on the wall. It's like I can tell that this is what you guys are really like, basically. It almost feels like sometimes like I tuned into a live. Do you get what I'm trying to say? With the one where you was eating your food, the duck pancake, and you started crying like...
Stuff like that, yeah. If people's like, oh, do you not fake this? that's normal. That's a normal day.
Can I
It's just that I'm filming.
Can I just explain that video? Yeah. He was filming me doing the duck thing. Yeah. That's what he was filming. I have been on a diet, which feels like since February. I've been taking it real serious since February. That was my one cheat day, my one cheat meal. And I said, I'm going to wait. And I ordered it late. And they stopped delivering at 10 o'clock, yeah? I ordered it. And when I was being cocky with the thing, like, what? I don't care. So basically, he was trying to shame me. He was going to send that to our personal trainers. And I was like, do you think I care? I'm doing what I want. When it dropped, because now I can't order from nowhere else now. It's done. It's 10 o'clock. No one else is. No, do you get what I'm saying? No, honestly, literally, the stuff that you see is things that happen. And sometimes we catch it. And there's a lot of things that we actually don't catch. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's fun.
No, I love the reality, like, the realness, because obviously, Tayo, you look like, sorry, I don't know about, but you look like you've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you.
Going in.
She's going out a minute. Like, you look like you lost so much weight, so it's amazing. But you see that McDonald's thing? No, because the lights came on. No, you don't understand the way he's recorded, and it's dark, and then the lights have come on, and you're about to walk up the stairs, and the McDonald's. So you get McDonald's, yeah? You see that video? I can't tell you. I've watched that about 1,000 times. I go back and watch it. Just, you see, when I'm not feeling good, like my kids are, I just go back and watch it because how dare you? You see the balls on this brother. Nah, tell me, how did you forgive him even to...
Do you know what it was? It was the sheer shock. Because my thing is, he's not meant to be home. Because normally, can I be real? Normally, I'm a secret eater. I will get the McDonald's. I will go to the McDonald's drive-through. I'm eating it in the car. Don't turn the aircon on, because if you put the aircon on, the smell is going to go through the aircon and he's going to know 100%. So you go to that McDonald's drive-through, you wind those windows down. It doesn't matter if you're cold, you wind them down, you eat it, you throw it out, you make sure there's no remnants. I've got a Dettol spray in the car and I've got air freshener in the car. Spray that bad boy up, yeah? He was not meant to be home, but I said, you know what? I'm going to eat this in the house and I'm going to watch a movie. When it, I could feel it in my chest. It was the shock. He said, McDonald's, yeah? I said,
froze.
Mad.
I was like, and I was fully in gym clothes too. Do you know why? Because I'd come from the gym. But do you know what? I'm that type of girl that will be like, okay, we've done a whole day of food shopping. Like, we've done all this food shopping. Like, we're being healthy. We've gone to Costco, bought the water. We deserve a treat.
No, but can you just tell people how you make it work for you? Because it's working, right? Because I can see. I was like, is it me? Is she just more slim in person? You know, like sometimes people say,
100%.
Like, or is she like actually lost actual weight? So how are you doing it? Like,
so I am very extreme right now because I am in a wedding next week, and I can't be that bridesmaid. I've been that bridesmaid before where the dress didn't fit too well and you're walking down the aisle and you feel mad uncomfortable and it's just a horrible experience. And I don't want to be miserable on someone's day. So yeah, I train 4 to 5 times a week with Train With ID. And I train with Blanca, Jerry and Kyle. And it's intense. It's real intense, but it's working. I walk 20,000 steps a day. 20,000 steps a day. So I've literally made it like I'm working at probably 4 to 5 hours a day. So the steps, people think it's a lie. Steps is, listen, you get your steps, you're dropping that weight.
It's a secret hack because it's low intensity. Low intensity. It says no, your heartbeat's not racing.
Oh, you're talking about it like you do it a lot with me. That's right.
I don't do it as I don't do it as much.
Bro, that's not a joke.
If I do 5,000 steps, bruv, you see me, I'm over the moon.
Do you know what the thing is? If you could lock it into your routine. So if it's like a walk to the station for somewhere that you go to on a daily basis,
that's
that
exactly
one there,
what
that's a hack.
So I walk everywhere. So for instance, Train With ID is in Mayfair. So I walk from my house to Mayfair. That takes me about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes to get there. So I'll walk there. If I need to, I'll do things like...
You walk back?
No. Agent drives there. And then
I was going to say, that's 5 hours out of the day.
And then if I decide that I want to... I'm like, okay, I need an incentive. I've bought some trainers. I've sent them to the Nike store at Battersea Power Station rather than to my house. So now I have to walk to Battersea Power Station to go and get them. So literally, I'm just walking all the time. This week, I'm training. We're doing a marathon with Train with ID.
Not a running marathon.
It's a marathon where we are training for 2 to 3 hours a day for the next week.
With different trainers. When we finish with that one, go to that one and that one.
It's very, very intense. And do you know what? I can't lie. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
This is what I wanted to say. I hate it.
I hate it. I hate it. I haven't got to the point where I enjoy it. No.
So I don't hate the gym, yeah, but there's certain exercises that I hate with a passion. But if the exercise has to, it has
to be explosive for him.
Yeah, it's got to show me like, right, that's really working. I don't want to get those like an annoying, like a lunge. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
It's just painful. It's just, I need to give me mad weight, and I'm like but like a lunge, I'm like, why am I doing this? I want to know exactly,
because I prefer the RDLs and the stuff that takes a bit more time. I don't like explosive stuff. I hate it. So when it's like, and you're lifting weights, I'm like, no, I don't like that. No. But yeah, no, I don't enjoy it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I haven't got to the point where I love it. But I love the results.
But talk to me about the motivation, because that's something for a lot of people, right? Yeah. So how do you keep yourself, you don't really like what you're doing, but you have to do it. That's the same in life. You might have a job you don't like, but you're building your content in the background, but you have to do work. You have to keep your job. Like, what is the motivation for your mindset to keep you going to do something and stay consistent to it?
So if I'm being honest, I've tried this so many times. I am a big girl, and that's just, I like food, as you've seen in the videos. I love food, and I've tried this so many times and I've failed so many times. If I'm being totally honest, it's so fickle. It's the wedding, because I know that there's a potential that someone might know who we are. And as I'm walking down the aisle, they might get that wrong angle where, your neck's like this and your belly's out here. And then they post it, and then someone sets up and they're like, right, is that? And that is like a massive fear for me. So I'm like, I don't want to get caught out. I don't want to be. And because I've been a bridesmaid before, and I was big, and I felt so uncomfortable, and I felt like I didn't get to enjoy the day, and I wasn't able to be a support the way in the way that I wanted, because I felt so miserable about myself. So if I've accepted an invitation to be a bridesmaid, which is a big deal, I want to be able to, shall we do everything for you and just do everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas when you feel bad about yourself, you're just like, oh, because I've lost 2 stone 9, but before my health was bad. Like the most I walked was from my car to my house. It wasn't any more than that. I wasn't walking. I was unhealthy. I was sick all the time. Like I would be sick for like 3 weeks. I'd feel better for a week. Then I'd get sick again. Then I feel better. Then I get sick again. So I feel like now that I've been doing it for this long, now that the wedding's coming, it doesn't stop. Now I'm enjoying the results.
Yeah. Because it takes a while to get the results.
Not the process.
So, yeah.
But I enjoy the results. So like, I don't have my arms out. But today and yesterday I had my arms out, and I was like, maybe I don't hate summer. Maybe I just didn't have anything to wear. Do you get what I'm saying? Or maybe I didn't feel comfortable. So I feel like my reasons are very fickle, because most people will be like, hey, it was my health. Nope, not really. Nope. I just wanted to look good, basically. So yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
What's motivating you, Angel?
Initially, so I'm hosting that wedding. So I was like, I want to fit into a suit. See me, I'm a big guy, but I don't really care. I'm just going to be the best big guy there is. Yeah. So I like to dress, I like fashion. Yeah. So I've never really cared.
Yeah.
But during lockdown, I realised, oh, you're breathing heavy. What's going on?
Really heavy.
What's going on? Your snoring's getting worse. She complaining when I wake up, like, or I'd wake up like, what a sleep. She's then looking at me with the evils, like,
so
like, you're right, babe. She's like, no, I don't get no sleep. He's snoring. I was like, no, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
Can't be doing this. But obviously, lockdown, we was just inside.
Yeah.
Didn't eating and just sitting.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is going on? So obviously, our friends, like, they opened a gym, and they was like, come over, train us. And you know, I would say food is a massive part. People think it's just the exercise. You've got to get the food. Like, you've got to get it. You can do extremes like weighing food. That's if you've got time, do it. But you need to understand that if you're eating less than you're burning, if you're eating more than you're burning, then you're gonna gain weight. It's literally simple. It's just not easy. If you eat less, move more, you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She been walking so much that she got a hairline fracture in her foot. So
the last 2 weeks I haven't walked.
Yeah.
So sad.
But then we realised we'd be eating so strict last week. How much did you lose last week?
3 kg.
And I lost 3.2.
I think so.
Yeah, I beat you. And we didn't do no exercise.
He beat me once.
still
Like,
beat you, babe.
respectfully, bro.
I still beat you.
What have you lost since we
No,
started?
talking about that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
This guy, no. Did you hear what he said? This is him to me. What, you lost 3? I lost 3 kg. He said, I lost 3.2. I beat you. You made this a competition. Go off, sir. Go off. Go on.
But yeah, it's the food.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't out-train a bad diet. Clocked it. You cannot out-train a bad diet. But then you can go to the other extreme, like just looking at the scale. But you could be someone that weighs the same as me could be full of muscle.
Yeah.
But someone that it could be me. That's not. You know what I'm saying? So depends where you want to go. But if you have a goal, set it and kind of work towards that.
I think it's also having a good team around you.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? So, for instance, even my friends, they know how serious we are. They don't eat bad stuff around us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, everybody's kind of on the same journey. Like, we're all just trying to be healthy. And I'll always just shout out Train with ID because I have to, because they are the ones that, like, I couldn't squat my own body weight. Like, I couldn't, with no weight, squat. If I walked upstairs, my back was killing. I couldn't do any of that. And they literally have tailored everything to us to make sure that we're able to move and we're able to do certain stuff. So now I'm doing pull-ups definitely with the elastic band thing, but that was I could have never done that before.
Boxing. I've always said to her, you'll be sick. See, I saw Paigey Cakey and that girl do boxing. I was like, babe, put the gloves on, man. Put the gloves on. Hey, she hates it, but she's bad. She is bad. She's like a natural. Thanks. Like, she's sick. But none of that she would have done before.
No. But yeah, train with, you got to get some, if you can, because it's not always accessible, but if you can find someone that can train you, or if you go to the gym with your friends and you're motivating each other and all that, it takes a team of people. For me anyway, there's some people that can just get on with it and get it done. I'm not that person. It's like, you know, the Bible where I'm sure it was Moses that was praying and people had to hold his hands up. I'm that person. I struggle with this stuff. So yeah, it takes a team.
So I was even going to go back to the beginning of the you lot story, because you said that gas engineer, estate agent. Adrian, you weren't really feeling the content thing. Tara's been scheming for a minute now. But Adrian, you're like me, I'm very results. Like, everything's maths. Okay, you've done this and you've built land and a house.
You're a man.
I have to investigate it.
100%.
So that's my vibe, innit? However, when you guys started on March the 20th, that came up as a shock for everybody. So you kind of like weren't feeling your job. So you started creating...
I don't think it was a shock.
When I say a shock, I mean all of a sudden within, and correct me if I'm wrong, but 28 months, 28 days, within a space of 28 days, all of a sudden no one's allowed to leave the crib.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of mean, basically.
Yeah.
So at that point, you start creating content. Now, correct me, how long did it take for you to start building up traction and then making money?
I would say, the first year and a half was...
Mad.
Swear.
Asia gave me so many conversations. He was like, listen, if we don't start making money, I'm going back to work. Because by then you can go back to work now, innit?
Yeah.
So basically, I went back to work in August. We had made no money from Meet the Thoughts, but I was on furlough. So I was still getting paid. Yeah. So I went back to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On the Saturday, I said...
Was the content good? Sorry, just to cut you off.
No.
It wasn't?
Not really, no. We started
What was wrong
dancing.
with it? Dancing?
It was just, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We were just like, we don't know what we're doing. Then we started trying to recreate some of the arguments we had and stuff like that. But we just hadn't found our thing. So nothing was really paying. And then obviously we started doing the pranks, and the pranks started to take off. And that first prank was the prank in Tesco, when I sent you to go and get a fake product. And that one took off. That was the first one that took off. And I remember I went to sleep because I was stressed because we had no money. And so during COVID, we're trainer people, right? I definitely just came from like a registry office. That's why I'm not in my trainers. But we spent all our money on trainers, cars, blah, blah, blah. We got 2 cars in the house now. We got trainers. No, we're not having to pay for money outside because it's COVID. Oh, we definitely had to sell all those trainers. And I definitely had to go to Struggle Braids. I had my braids in for like 6 months at a time.
Tried to do them yourself.
I tried to do them myself. Like, it was hard. And then I remember we were sitting down and was at our friend's house on the weekend. And I said, I'm not going back to work. I said, we have to make this work.
Who is... He's entrepreneurial as well.
Yeah, he's very successful. And I was like, I'm not going back to work. But I hadn't had this discussion with Adrian. You know, it's like when you want to stay at your cousin's house. You know when you want to stay at your cousin's house, but you get your cousin to ask your mum. You don't ask your mum because you know it's fire. So I just said it in front of the room. So I just said it in front of everyone, including Adrian and our friends. And I was like, I'm not going back to work.
Yeah, she just threw it out there.
And he was like, you're not what? I was like, I'm not going back to work. And I never did. And I said, no, God is going to move for us. And we have to believe it. But to answer your question, it probably took us about a year and a half to be like...
get our first little...
Yeah,
change.
That's when we found our management. What our management found us.
What was the first little change? And at that point, what did your followers look like? Before management as well? Because when it's still like... you guys are just finding your way, because even though you said that the content wasn't hitting, the dancing, so on and so forth, even though it wasn't hitting, I'm sure that you guys can agree, to a certain extent, you're glad it happened because you learned from that.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
I don't despise them days at all.
100%.
It was all a learning process, but the first bit of change we got pre-management, probably like 150 from a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a restaurant and they said we want to work with you, and we were like...
No.
And they were like, what's your rate? I mean, Adrian was like, rate? What does that mean?
Money for this?
For what? And we were like, I was like, Adrian was going to say something like 80 quid. And I was like, no, tell them 150 and see what they say. And they were like, yep, no problem. They sent the money. I said...
It was like, what do we do?
I said, we should have said 300. We should have said 300. And we got that deal, and then we done the content, and we sent them the content, and they never used it. They didn't
respond to the... whatever.
Nothing.
And they paid?
And they paid. They paid before the content was due, which was crazy. But yeah, that was our first...
They're harbor. What? They're going to release that? They're waiting.
Hey, listen.
Aye, we've been waiting. We drive past the shop all the time.
Aye, they're
all
waiting.
shut down.
They're gonna open a new shop and send you a collaboration request.
100%.
I say, well, I'm gonna leverage this
They
video.
said, your time is up now. Your time is up. But yeah, that was our first deal. And for me, that was everything. I was like, we just made money from this.
So when we started, so Tara comes up with all the content, and I would do like the marketing. I want to know who we should reach out to, so brands or whatever. So one of my main goals was to get a car. I must have been on Instagram and I saw a Dutch. Audi gave him a car. So I was like, babe, we're getting a car.
With 4,000 followers.
And I remember I'm walking into Range Rover thinking, yeah man, they're going to know who I am. They had no clue. I was like, holler at this, but I went to Kia, I went to Ford, I went to Nissan, I went to Toyota, I went to Mercedes, I went to BMW. I was like, no, someone's going to give me a whip. And then reached out to rental companies, and then they was like, yeah, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, what car do we want? And I was like, well, I want the e-tron. And eventually we got the e-tron.
Yeah.
So I was like, babe, this thing, it can run. I'm with you now. Yeah.
The land in the house is tangible.
And the e-tron was definitely, it was a rental for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
but we thank God.
Yeah,
it's a big
oh
deal.
my days.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal for us.
Unlimited charging card, everything. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that was like, because you know what it was? It was before, it was, you would agree, that I have never seen Adrian so stressed in my life. Me, I'm like, oh, God will take care of it, man. So what? God's going to take care of it. The bailiffs won't come, babe. God's going to take care of it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I'm the irresponsible one when it comes to finances. I'm very irresponsible. And I'll be like, okay, do I want food or should I pay my phone bill? Food, but there's food at home. But I want this food. Do you get what I'm saying? And Adrian's like, no, Tara, because the maths aren't mathing. Okay, our rent's due. We've got to pay this. We've only got this. He's very calculated like that, where I'm just like, hey, God will work it out. God will work it out. So Adrian was stressed, and he was like, if we don't get proper work by this date, Tara, I'm telling you, I'm going back to work. And he pushed the date 3 times. And I remember, and I sat there and I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go back to work. And the thought of that made me feel so sick to go back to a job that I just hate. There's no job I've ever had that I've enjoyed, but this one I enjoyed, but we're not getting paid for it. And then God really, he just worked it out for us, boy, because it was mad. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to go back to gas engineering. I thought I might do that on the side, but I was like, I would, because I saw what she showed me, the people getting the yards, and I thought I'll get a night job as a milkman. And then that means I'll have weekends off if we have events or whatever, and I'll also be able to film content when I finish work.
So when you say milkman, are you talking about
milkman,
the car thing that drive like
So
6 miles per hour?
Yeah.
So what I saw, we was out late one day, and then this car, it's a new type of.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
those times are no-go times.
Yo, and I was like, they still do that around there. And then it said, apply here. So I had an interview. I was like, oh, babe, if this thing don't bang, I'm getting a job. So we need to.
It's so funny because I respect that so highly. Like, obviously that's not the ambition that you want for your life here, but I fully respect the ability to say that, do you know what? It needs to be done. Do you get me? Somehow it needs to be done. This is a way until I get what I love, but I'm willing to go out there and put in the hours for a period to ensure that things stay afloat, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But what about the opposite though? Because some people would say, by doing that, it's like a negative thought.
No.
You need to be obsessed. You need to be so obsessed with your dream and your goal. You need to forget
I get that, but he didn't give up on his goal. So that's the key thing. I think
I'm just saying for someone listening.
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? I think what he was doing is an obsession, because he was willing to work on Meet the Thorpes from, let's say, 7 a.m. through to 9 p.m. and then jump in his milkman van and then do that from that time to that time. Because remember, when you was doing that, I was applying for Wilco's to do night shifts at Wilco's, and I was like, we're just not going to sleep.
Do you see the difference? And this is what I always tell people, is that sometimes, like, you got your dream and your goal, but the job you're doing, you don't enjoy it, but it's not giving you the time to do the things that you want to do.
Exactly.
So actually, sometimes you might need to do something that might even pay you less. But gives you the time and the flexibility to do what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a fact.
Facts. It's so true. And now you guys have managed to get to a position where you're doing it full time.
Do you ever think about the fact that sometimes what you make in a month, like, you used to have to have like 6 months or 12 months to earn that? Do you ever think, does it ever hit you, like, because you took the time to put in the sacrifice?
Facts.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever got mad comfortable with where we are. Like, we are very what's the word? Well, it's very obvious that this isn't us. It's very obvious that this isn't us, because this is something that we've prayed and fasted for. Like, we prayed and fasted for this. Like, every single day we prayed and fasted, and we tried to do it in our own strengths, and it didn't work. So I'm like, no one can ever tell me it's not a God thing, because some people be like, this isn't God, this is you. No, because Dad, no, it's actually not, because actually, no, that's a lie. There was one time we had one campaign and the brand was getting on my nerves. And I spoke to our campaign manager and I was like, do you know what? Forget it. I don't want to do it no more. And she was like, are you stupid? She goes, what you're getting paid for this campaign, you would have got paid in a month. And I said, okay, so what is it that they want me to do again? You know, like, that was the one time. But I've never, ever got comfortable with the amount of money that I sit there and I'm like, raw. Yeah, this would have been a 3-month paycheck, or this would have been, and it's like, wow. I'm never like, yeah, that's anything. I'm like, raw.
This is God's favor. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I think it's amazing that you guys can even say that, because your faith is intertwined into your content as well. And I think that even for someone like me that's a viewer, that's where any of those touch points that you can relate to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like I definitely relate with that as well. How does that work with your work though? Have you ever had to turn down?
We just turned something massive down.
A
Seriously?
big opportunity, massive.
Without saying the brand or anything, break down.
They were flying us out to America to do an interview for a new movie that's coming out with the cast and to interview the cast on the red carpet.
Oh, he said no.
No.
Are we narrowing it down too much? What I want to know is that what was the reason you said no? How did it conflict with your...
So it's been in the plan for the last year. So basically I was in a really bad place last year and I wasn't really posting as much. Spiritually, I was in a bad place. I'd lost my nan a couple years ago. That hit me like a ton of bricks because she's like my mum. Like my nan was, oh gosh, the woman's like 4'0" and this fiery Jamaican woman that's like this tall, but she was my world. So when she died, and I was there the whole process, I was in the hospital every single day for 4 months. When she died, for me, I couldn't find my way back, if that makes sense. It took me many years. And last year I got to the point and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. I can't fight this anymore. I can't fight the feeling. Like even just like depression, like to get up out of my bed and go to the toilet, I would wait until I was super desperate because the energy to have to get up out of bed was too much. So I got to the point where I was like, I don't even want to live anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And thank God I spoke those things out and it's not something that I had held to myself. And my church, they have this annual conference in Tucson and I've never been before. And I was sitting on the sofa and I felt like God was like, you need to go to Tucson. Now, I'm petrified of flying, like I said to you before. Haven't been on a plane in 10 years. And I said to Adrian, I need to go to Tucson. That week, I booked Tucson. We went to Tucson. And when I tell you it changed my life, there was a sermon about little decisions. And it was talking about how we've made defaults. We've made things that should be a default, a decision, a choice. So, for instance, when you wake up, why are you not reading and praying? That's a default. That's not a decision. That's not a choice. So I had made so many things a choice now. Oh, I don't feel like going to church today. It's long. I can't be bothered. It's just long. No, that's not a choice. That's a default. That's where you should be. That's where I need to be. I need to be underneath the word of God. I need to be around God's people. I had made so many things a choice when it shouldn't have been. Anyway, that whole Tucson experience changed my entire life. When I came back, I then got the opportunity where they said, we want you guys to come over and sing. So I already knew from last year, I'm in Tucson, June, and I'm going to be singing. This still came out of nowhere. God had been speaking to me saying, basically, when he wants me to go there, I have to say certain things and I need to sing whatever this song is. And God was like, someone is going to be moved by what you say. I do social media. People think I'm this bubbly person. I am so shy. I literally will hide in a corner. Speaking in front of loads of people, I find that so awkward. I'm never the one out of the group of us that sing that speaks. God was like, you're speaking this time. No, sir, I will not be singing. He said, you're singing. I said, okay, fine. We get a call from our manager and he's like, yeah, it's from this date to this date. But that date is the date that I'm singing in Tucson. And I'm like, can the date be moved? Can I do it on another day? Even if it's like 2 days before? No, it has to be this day. Okay. God was like, it's little decisions. What decision are you making? I'm like, but this is a big deal. They're flying us business class. I'm meeting are we going to bust America? Like, we're going to bust America now. Like, it's the propeller. That's what's going to like get us there. This is what we've been praying for. Then the thought that came to my head was, there's 52 weeks in a year. Why would it be this week? Something's off. Then I said, Adrian, no, do you know what, Adrian? I believe, we're going to say no. And then God's going to turn it around and it's going to be on another date and we're going to be on the red carpet and we're going to interview. So initially it was just, we're going to interview people in a room like this.
Yeah. Those,
junkets, yeah. I'm like, nah, Adrian, God's going to turn it around. As soon as I said, and it's going to include the red carpet, phone call, hey, Tara, so they want to do the red carpet with you and you're going to interview celebrities. Oh. It's looking a bit suspicious here. And God was like, guys, when people say, but when people say they hear from God, what does that? All I can tell you is what I heard. Yes. He said, you be faithful to me, I'll be faithful to you. Yeah. If you stand for me, I will stand for you. Yeah. I said, okay. And in my head, I'm still like, no, we can make it work because LA and Arizona, it's like an hour and a half away. Like, we can make it work. And I'm sitting there and I had this feeling, you know, like you just feel heavy, and I'm like, I can't do it. And I said, do you know what? This was the decision I was going to make. I said that God comes first. Before Meet the Forbes, before Adrian, God is my number one. This is my decision. I said I was going to sing before. I'm going to do it. I'm not changing my date to sing at church, which is my first love. God is my first love because, somebody wants me to do an interview. So now that has become before God. Absolutely not. And obviously you had your feelings, and Adrian was like, yeah, we can't do this. And I said no. So we turned down that deal.
Wow. That's amazing to hear.
It's
man.
happened a few times. It's happened.
Yeah, but I think the big thing for me is that everything you're saying is not just about your lives, but it's like, this is why you're successful. Like, these are the disciplines, these are the sacrifices it takes to be successful. So people will see the clips and you're jovial and joking. They don't see the planning. They don't see the sacrifice. They don't see the things that you're not going to. They don't see the birthday parties that you've missed. They don't see the things that you can't do. They don't know the friends and family that are upset at you because of... I know, I live it every day. But it's one of those things that when people see you, they just see the clips and just assume that, you're just having a great time. I wish I could be like you. But like the sacrifice, like that default thing is something that we should all be applying in our lives to be successful in general, not just as across the board, not just as Christians, but just in general, just to be successful. Is that we have made so many things an option that actually it should just be a default. And that's powerful. And I think the fact that you guys are successful is a testimony to the fact of your faithfulness and the fact that you're a team. Do you know what I mean? And also the humble beginnings, like not forgetting, like you said, I don't forget where I've come from. Do you know what I mean? So every day is a blessing. Do you know what I mean? But what I want to get to is, how can you cuss man like that?
That was crazy. I like
the transition.
Cuss who?
Nah.
Wait, what?
The way you get at my brother, way you get
You're
at
on him
my
still.
brother
And
is different.
And Adrian allows it banging.
He
though.
allows
Just
it.
looks at the camera and doesn't say anything. He knows not to say anything. He just...
Can I just say something?
He's a wise man.
I'm just
When
a humble somebody.
When Adrian
I'm
is
just a humble
talking about
somebody.
my turkey neck, no one comes
He
to my
concedes.
defense. When he
He
talks
gets
about
it.
my
He
turkey neck,
No, that's just the pain. We all on him. We waiting. Listen, normally when a man this woman, we upset, we are happy. The way you got on my brother is different.
really?
At his neck, it's even uncalled for. Sometimes you're just like, where did that even come from?
Are you feeling vindicated?
I am. Usually it's all Team Tara.
You're feeling good right now.
I'm feeling very good. Bread and butter pod to the world. Yeah? Serious.
Do you know what it is? I feel like because me and Adrian have been together for 21 years, obviously with breaks in between, this is like my best friend. So you know like how you banter with your best friend? That's me and Adrian. But I can't lie. Sometimes I forget, a lot of the times I forget that, no, this is actually your husband. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I forget that. And sometimes we'll do content or I'll banter too much, or it only hits me how bad the banter is when he banters back. And I'm like, ouch, ouch, that hurt, Adrian. How could you? And he's like, did you just hear what you said? But no, I do. I've always been this way, innit? Yeah.
You definitely got worse. But yeah, you always do. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
It's work for you guys, isn't it? So I want you to talk a little bit about working with your husband or wife. Like, one thing I always say about it is that, I don't know about you guys, but I say that it makes you squash beef quicker because like we have to work. Well, what's it like for you lot?
I'll be honest, yeah. It is so fun. It's the best decision I've made. You see, lockdown, a lot of couples that I know didn't make it.
I love lockdown.
I know a lot of couples that
I loved it.
was like, bruh, get me out this yard. They was going back to their parents.
Which is also understandable. I get why.
You're locked in, you get what I'm saying? But for me, I don't know about you, it was one of the times where I really got closer to her. I was like solidified, like that is my brethren. Not just man's wife, that is my brethren. You get what I'm saying? And it was like, oh my days, now we're working together. This is mad. This is yo. Yeah, I can do this. And genuinely, we just got closer. It was just a new thing. This is sick. I love it.
My wife said something to me recently. She said that all couples should have something that they do together. So for you guys, that could be a work, like, but for other people, it could be like cycling or going to the gym
something.
or watching movies. Like you always watch a movie on the weekend or something, but something that you do together. Like in a lot of marriages, there's just a bit too much individualism, basically. So do you feel like the work definitely like strengthens?
Yeah, I feel like we do everything together though. We work out together. We
just started walking together.
Yeah, he started joining me on my walks.
Not 20K
though. 18.
15 to 18, yeah.
Battersea Power Station.
Yeah. About 15K we do together. But I feel like me and Adrian, we're just batting and bench. And I know sometimes it's like, vom. No, but we actually are like, we go to the gym together. We work together. We go to church together. We're in ministry together.
Weddings. Weddings.
What do you mean?
We're doing a wedding next week. I'm the host. You're the bridesmaid.
Yeah, but I mean like things that we do together.
Oh, that we do all together.
We do everything together.
Yeah, everything.
Do you feel like, I guess for people that would ask, I always think, what was someone at home? Someone's listening to this. What do they think at home?
Yeah, of course.
And I think the question that I guess people that, what about the spark? You know, even think about this spark. So if you guys do everything together, where's the excitement? Where's the talk to people to explain?
That's a great question because we lost the spark for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, even though I thoroughly enjoy working with Adrian and it being me and Adrian, there's no one else I would do this with, like no one else. There are times where I'm like, I'm tired of talking about work. I'm tired of it. It's constant work. Social media, it's constant. It's 24/7. Because it's so short form, you've got to just keep pumping it out. So we did lose the spark. I think, if I'm being honest, we lost our spark for about 2 years. We started it, we were grinding. There was still a spark because it was the newness of COVID. And I would say we only got our spark back maybe the beginning of this year, where we were intentional.
Yeah, so it was the point that we acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Our intention was to grind.
Yeah.
Just before I was a gas engineer, I said, babe, it's beans and bread for a little while I'm studying. But I gave her that initiated. I said, look, things can't be the same. After that, it was decent. Then it was grind time. Now we're both doing it. So as I said, but she's Tara. This whole thing is her. You get me? It's meet the force, but it's been Taz. Like I just turn up to work. I didn't have no ideas. I'm just, as I said, I was doing the marketing. If that, She self-taught herself how to edit using Final Cut Pro. She taught herself how camera angles. She's taught herself. She just got creative. I just literally turn up. Now there's times when I've got ideas and she's like, I'm not feeling that. But I'm like, all right, look, you've got us this far.
Yeah.
Do your thing in it. Who am I? But
the best man in the world.
Huh?
You said, who am I? The best man in the world.
But I think working together might not work for every couple.
Yeah.
That's what I will say. It might not work for every couple. We've got a personality where we're yin and yang. We are total opposites.
100%. But
we know that. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Same.
Tara is the fire. I'm the ice. We meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You both can't be fire because then you'll never meet.
Yeah, 100%.
You both can't be ice because then you'll never do nothing.
Literally.
Yeah. I'm more rational. That doesn't make sense. And she's like, let's go for it.
She's mad irrational.
No.
You need a bit of both at times,
no,
don't it?
You do.
Yeah.
But we definitely did lose our spark. We did.
We did lose the spark, but it's the fact that we acknowledged it.
Yeah.
At the time, the thing was we had to grind. This is what we're going for. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
So then we didn't really give any importance to anything else.
This is like, this year we've been intentional in dating each other again. And doing that and having conversations and putting the phone down. So for instance, we went out for dinner yesterday and we were like, no phones at the table. Yeah. No phones at the table. Like this year we have been very intentional. And I said, even the wedding that I'm in next week, I remember I was sitting there and I was like, oh my days. Imagine like the feeling of going to the registry office and then the morning of the wedding and then you get married and that feeling. And I remember God was like, but you can have that same feeling. Just this is your day one again. Start your day one again. Yeah. You don't forget the last 10 years. Start your day one again. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna treat you like the husband you deserve. Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes it can get a bit stale and a bit, but it's remembering that no, I genuinely love you and like you're my husband and I'm gonna treat you like that, if that makes sense. So yeah, the spark was definitely lost, but we acknowledged it and we're trying to fix it.
Yeah, I think the two things that you lot say is so key: acknowledgement and being intentional. Because a lot of people think that it's auto, like it's like first date forever, basically. But you literally actively have to.
You've got to put in the work.
You've got to put in the work. And what you said about work, what you both said about work, is something that I think the acknowledgement thing, like people underestimate acknowledgement and communication. I used to say, babe, do you know what? I'm noticing that every single time I pick you up, I'm talking about work.
Yeah.
Like 5 days a week. Every single time you jump in a car, it's like, yeah, so I had a call with my man, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and blah, 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 blah. And blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, this is actually so bad. You get what I'm trying to say? But then you got to flip it on its head and be intentional to erase that.
Yeah.
Adrian, I want you to speak to the old Adrian, which is our viewers, right? People that are watching content creators, but don't have the vision like Tara had. They're thinking that, like, what is this thing? Like, what actually is the tangible results of it? So you don't actually have to say the figures directly, but what does it look like when a video goes viral? Let's talk about that, the boxing video, right? What does it look like? What is the impacts to your household directly and indirectly when a video does really, really well? Because, and just so you kind of get what I'm saying, I'll kind of lead you. And this is for both of you to answer, to be fair. Sometimes it can be a direct, okay, we're going to pay you for the next one. Or sometimes it can be like, you know what, we saw you here. We think that you can somehow XYZ, basically. So what does that look like for you lot?
If a video does well, it doesn't necessarily mean you're
getting paid for it.
You're getting paid for it. Yeah. So what's good is that TikTok do have a little payment scheme, and that helps. There's no real sense of how much you can get though. So you could do 10 million views, but you might get a tenner. It's really that they just don't know. You get what I'm saying? They can't tell you a scale pay. There's no pay scale. But let's say, you're getting notoriety. That does propel you to be in people's eyes, companies, brands. So Top Boy, when she done the Top Boy stuff, we got acknowledgement from Netflix. What's LeBron James' company? His thing, and Drake's company. They all reached out and sent us a care package. It was like, bro, we got on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be.
It's going to turn into anything.
Cash, but
there has been times. So there's
definitely been times.
It came to my head where basically I was in the mirror dancing at Train with ID, and I caught Adrian on the bike, and he was basically winding on the bike, like the Peloton bike, and he was getting into it, and he was going down or whatever, and then people were like, oh my gosh, he should be a Peloton instructor. He should be, like, that one went off. And then maybe the month later, we got a deal with Peloton. And we've had a deal with Peloton every single month since then. Do you get what I'm saying? So sometimes it doesn't turn into anything. But if you are just doing content that you love, it will always catch the attention of, there's always someone looking. That's what I always say. That's why don't do something because you've seen me do it or because you've seen that person do it or because of that person if you have no interest. Yeah. Do what you care about, because I genuinely do enjoy Peloton. I'm like, I've been saying for ages, I want a bike, but our house is real small. That bike ain't going nowhere in our house. So you've got to do the things that you enjoy, and it will get the attention of the right people.
It's like when crypto was banging in lockdown, yeah. I didn't do no research. I was like, I got some change. I see my brethren getting this and that. And
but he's researching it.
I'm gonna put money in there. Slap that. I'm washing up. I'm seeing my money go up and up and up. I'm like, babe, it's going up. Cool. Another coin's coming out. My brethren's gassed, you know. And then I'm like, hey, if this goes well, we're gone.
Yeah, I remember.
We're gone.
He got me gassed.
Let's take all the money out of the coins, slapping it on this coin. Bro, I can't tell you how low that thing went. I lost I was in minus. I was like, we sat there like, oh my babe, my belly.
He said we were going on holiday.
My belly.
He said we can get a new car. Then he said, babe, I just need to talk to you.
I couldn't breathe.
He said, we've lost everything. Just let you know, we've lost everything.
I couldn't breathe.
We lost everything. Not even the story.
It didn't even take a second. I couldn't believe it. But again, I just followed someone's thing. I didn't do no research. So you could follow another content creator. You could do that. But if you're not interested in it, don't do it.
And the worst thing is
Don't
that
do that type of content.
exactly that. And the worst thing is that when you finally, and this is one thing that people don't get as well, you want to be doing content with brands that are aligned with what you're doing anyway. You were already on the bike. So it's kind of like making content about Peloton is easy. You don't want to start looking at the thing that they said, you're like, how am I going to make a video about this
Exactly.
thing now?
Exactly.
How am I going to make this video?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it, bro. Bro, man's got bills.
Yeah.
I've gone on Chat GPT. Give me ideas, bro.
Give me ideas
I've got no clue, bro.
Same.
I've got no clue. This is not me.
Yeah.
Me and this product could never see each other ever. But today,
It's gonna
we're
work.
gonna know each other. Today.
We're going to learn.
We've had that a couple of times.
Those ones there, but you know the business, innit? Those ones there, it will have to reflect in the fee because, bro, it's not easy to fly out the content.
It's not easy.
Fam!
You see, before management, anything you throw at me, babe, we gotta do it.
Yeah. It could
I'm
be for
wearing
cat food. We don't have
headbands.
a cat.
Brother.
Honestly.
Oh, my days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah, exactly the same over here.
No, but obviously this is the bread and butter podcast.
Yes.
So talk to us now. Do the brand deal, get Peloton. You lot a couple. The money comes in together.
Mm-hmm.
But Tara, you come across like you spend more.
Ooh, does it come across like that, yeah?
It does come across. I'm not saying I
That's
don't know. That's the
crazy.
question.
You're right.
But
Yeah.
tell me, like, how does it work? Because obviously you're 50-50.
Yeah.
But if one person's less of a spender, more of a saver, how do you come to agreements? Because people want to know, like, these are arguments people are having in house, real life.
So I think the thing with me and Adrian is we've never had an agreement. Like we've never, because of this job, which you guys will understand, what you get paid this month, you might not get paid next month. It's not the same amount every single month. So
And you might not get paid for 6 months.
yeah. Or you might have done the job and they decide to not pay you for 8 months.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Chasing invoices. But if I want it, and it's reason, so like my hair, okay, my braids, I get my hair done every 6 weeks. That's like 150, yeah. But I'm a black girl. I have to do braids. It's protective. It's it works for me, right? So whenever I'm buying something, I'll be like, oh, Asia, just to let you know, I'm getting this. I don't really buy anything without you not knowing. I don't hide anything from you.
No, you don't hide down.
And if
I'll just get an alert.
He'll get an alert, and I'll be
Oh,
like,
is it?
Bro, day.
no, but I'll be like, this is for this. But it's never like big. It's never big purchases.
Just
like
the
I would
camera
never.
last week.
Huh?
Just the camera last week.
So basically, yeah, that's for the business. That's for the business, yeah. There's a new camera that's come out. They haven't sponsored this podcast, but I'm not going to say their name, okay, on the Bread and Butter podcast. But this new camera I've seen, it's easy to use, it's quick, it's small. Work traveling, this is the camera we need. It's a business decision. I was about personal decisions.
Is it a one brand?
Yeah,
I think I know what it is.
yeah, you probably do. You're more than welcome. It's your podcast. I don't know if you need to say.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep it quiet. But anything that's personal for myself, I don't. Do you know what? I'm one of those spenders that £10 here, £10 here, £10 here, £10 here. I don't think there's a day where I don't spend money. But it's not.
This life is bad.
But it's not stupid amount. But it's not stupid amounts of money. It's not like I'm spending £1,000 in Balenciaga and then £5,000. No. It's, oh my gosh, I want a coffee, so I'm gonna spend £5 here. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they had these really cute chewing gums. I'm gonna buy the chewing gum. That's the kind of spender that I am. Or, oh, they had these really nice earrings in Primark. They've got 5 earrings in Primark. Now that's £10. That's me. I'm not a crazy spender. Anything that I have on myself has been bought by this one. Okay, apart from my watch and my shoes. But apart from that, you have bought, do you get what I'm saying? It's something that Adrian will be like, oh, babe, maybe we should get this, maybe we should get that. But yeah, I'm the spender. I don't think we have an agreement on how we spend money. We've tried the whole organizing. This is what comes out every month. So we take that out every month. We pay ourselves a wage. But outside of that, I kind of just dip. There's no real
joint
agreement.
account thing? Or do you keep it separate?
Yeah, we got a joint account.
Do you have separate accounts as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But there's nothing, whatever is going into my separate account is coming from my joint account or from my business account, which we've both got eyes on. So we've always been very, it's always been 50-50 with me and Adrian. And when we first got married, all of our money went into our joint account anyway. So there's never been, it's my money and it's your money, or, yeah, here's my half of the rent. There's no, what do you mean half of the rent? We're together. This is we all got paid in one account and the money comes out of that account. But I feel like I'm pretty, like, I'm open with what I spend.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you don't hide it. But I would say that I just don't agree with every purchase.
Okay.
Definitely don't agree.
Don't agree.
I will. Like, I haven't had a shape up for ages.
But you should, though.
And I won't be getting one for ages.
But I think he should. I said to
You can rock an
Adrian-
afro for a bit.
Huh?
I said you can rock an afro for a bit. But obviously I'm not that evil. I wouldn't
can't.
let you. If you don't want to. Girls got to maintain. But you see me, once I'm shaved, it's like, I don't really care.
But do you know one thing with Adrian, though? He is like, he wants to make sure I'm living my best life possible. So he will deny himself for me constantly. Like, this guy, honestly, he's got the biggest heart. Like, he will be like, I want to make sure my wife is good. I want to make sure Tara's good. And he would give the shoes to me off of his foot, even though I have 10 pairs of trainers. But I'm like, you don't have to do that, because I'll be like, Adrian, go and sort your beard out. If you like, you can do your beard. Not because I think you need to, but I'm like, it's like just go make yourself feel good and stuff like that. And Adrian's like, no. So for instance, he got gifted a pair of Ugg slippers. He loved them, broke them to the brim. Those bad boys were broken, finished. I was like, go buy another pair. Oh, I would never spend that on a pair of slippers. Well, I can't do that. So for our anniversary, I bought them for him because he will never buy them for himself. So even though I am like more of a spender and I spend on myself, I also spend on you too.
Yeah, facts.
On that note that Iman mentioned about like how you do your bills and stuff, how does it work when you're working towards certain goals, basically? Long term, is someone putting money away, and how do you kind of like position your goals? Do you have like 5-year plans, 10-year plans, and so on?
Can I be real? We have no goals. We're like, oh my gosh, maybe you have goals. I have none. I just, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And that's really bad. And that's something, what's crazy is that I'm so scared of, because I'm scared that in 5 years' time, I have nothing to show for it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's something that I need to work on, but I don't know.
I've got goals, but it's like this. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know how to explain it. So I used to really want a house. I used to want to own a house. Then I'm like, look, we haven't got no kids. Do we need to own a house? Then I'm like, okay, if we do have children, it will be something to give to them. But then it's like, where do we live? Because I want to stay in London. She doesn't want to stay in London. She wants to move out the ends. Like,
Ongar. That's
go to Ongar.
I was going to get onto that, but content is mad. When we first started this podcast, I was baffled. People telling me about, I was like, where did you find that out?
Yeah.
And I remember that I just recorded a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very big one of your videos.
100%.
So it's like, all right, cool. Do we work towards that? And then again, I'm like, nah, but we do need saving. But I'm like, for all the years that I didn't get to give her everything that I think she deserved and everything that I've wanted to get her, and I want to be this husband that doesn't have to say no. Let me do that first, and then we can move on to the more responsible stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a lot of play. We've been playing. We've been having fun.
But you've been growing a business, and I think that's very, very key. What was you going to say?
I'll say, before you go on to that, I'm a financial advisor. I'm going to give you a free financial review.
Okay.
Go on.
So we're going to sit down,
Can we,
put your
please?
goals. We're going to do it. I'm going to book you guys in. We're going to sit down,
Please.
hour and a half, and get that part done. Even if and we'll just make the tweaks, and
Yeah.
you'll see. Because I get what you're saying. Because obviously, when you sacrifice so hard, the last thing you're thinking about, I need to do this. But actually, you can do both. And I do that a lot for my clients. So we're gonna sit down. We're gonna do that.
That makes
and
me
get
so
going.
happy.
Respect it.
Do you know what? Respectfully, yeah, I've been like, I wish somebody taught me about this stuff. No one, you see in school where they're like, oh, and this protractor 90 degrees. And what did that do for me? What did that do
I ain't seen
for
that
me?
since Constan and all that.
Where
I ain't seen it since.
When did that help me? When I'm sitting down in double science, racking my head or learning the geography and learning where stuff is on the atlas, I ain't traveling here. And like literally, conversations about money, I'm very open about, but I realize how much of a baby girl I am when it comes to finances. I wish I had more financial literacy. I just don't know where to start, and I don't understand it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
The sick thing is that you guys can teach as well. You guys may not feel like it, but you've taught so many people in this discussion as well, because you guys are effectively building your business and they're getting insights into that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But don't get me started on that. They don't teach this in school because, in my opinion, they don't teach it for a reason, because they don't want you.
100%.
We could do a whole other.
I agree.
We could do a whole other song
I
on
agree.
that.
Don't mess up some brand.
I kill it. I didn't lead it to it. I didn't lead it to it. Yeah, we need to get me. But I was gonna ask, we do this or that, right? So here's a this or that for you, lot. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think this is tailored to you, lot. So I want Tara to answer first.
Okay.
Brand deal comes in, clothing brand for someone else's brand, but it's sick. It's aligned with you guys. Sick. They're gonna pay $1 million for you guys to be signed with them for 2 years. That's this. Or the launch of your brand, and when you launch it, you're going to get a guaranteed for the first year £300,000 revenue of your clothing brand. There's no right answer as well. I'm just laying this up on the spot. But with that, you get obviously the contacts as well. So the mailing list of the people that ordered and so on and so forth, so you can remarket, so on and so forth. So what would you go with? What would you go with?
It was actually my answer.
Oh, sauce, bro.
That.
Yeah?
100%. I feel like
Talk to me about your decision.
the reason why I say that is because it sounds like, for me, I saw something on social media and it was like, people pay you to kill your dreams when you go to work, right? I don't know if you guys have seen it, right? And yes, I could have the $1 million, but I'd be miserable because it's not my thing. And because we've built Meet the Forbes, I now understand, oh, wait, hold on, but this could work. And yeah, it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not $1 million. But that 300K, give it a couple more years, what is that going to turn into? I'm choosing that every single time.
Adrian, same rationale, or a little bit same rationale?
Also, I just believe in us. So I think anything we do will be successful. I really believe in that. Like, now anyway. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while, but I do believe in it. Also, if anything we do put out, I don't want it to be trash. I want it to be liked by everyone. And I believe I won't put it out until it is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel when you have a passion for something, it comes out. Like, I'll say to Taz, I followed you guys before you hollered at me.
Yeah.
100%. The first time I sent your page to her was you did a David Lloyd's thing with your missus and the family.
Yeah.
I said, babe, we're going David Lloyd's.
100%. He did. Hey, do you know what the thing is?
We're going to David Lloyd's.
Adrian sends me stuff but doesn't give it context. So he sent it to me and I was like, what's this?
What year was that?
That was like 2 years ago. That was 2
And
years
Adrian was like,
2 years ago, yeah.
we're going David Lloyd's. And guess where we went? We went to Rains Park and we went and looked around and we said, oh, okay. So yeah, 100%, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
And you can see you lot are passionate in your fields.
Yeah.
You can see it because it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But I think also it's ownership, right? And I think that's like what I love about like, and that's the thing about you guys. Whether you know, you created your own lane. Do you understand? It's like there's been couple content, but not Meet the Forbes. Like, do you understand? Like the way you guys do it, I don't even think anyone could even try and copy it, because if they did, we would know where it's come from. Do you know when something is its own thing, like how we just call things vacuum cleaner. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you used to call it Hoover. But it's a vacuum cleaner. But Hoover's a brand. But we call everything Hoover because Hoover made the lane. That was a lane. It's actually a vacuum cleaner. Do you know what I mean? But we used to call it a Hoover. And that's what you guys have done. You created a way that couples do content that if anybody tries to copy, no, you're just copying Meet the Forbes. Like, you guys have created one and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's. I once again, I keep saying it, but it goes back to your authenticity, because if you think about it, if someone said, right, I want to make this page, it's going to be kind of like a relationship page, but we're also going to put our faith in it. And we're also going to put our weight loss journey in it. And it's always going to be funny. Trying to create that as in synthetically is a mazza. It's going to look like some nonsense. But because it's just you, that's where a lot of the buy-in comes in.
And I know we got to wrap up because we've been talking for time. But my last question, and then I'm going to let Tayo do the W and L, is how do you put out content knowing that there's negativity? Because, for example, when you did the weight loss stuff and when you do when you expose that, They're going to be people in the comments like, ain't you supposed to be doing this? Or like, how do you want to know this? Like, we're content creators. We know there's so when you know that there's going to be negativity, how do you still put it out there, and how do you get over it mentally? Because I think a lot of people are stuck caring what other people think, and so they won't do certain things.
Do you want to go?
I'll go. So I don't care. That's just me. I just really don't care about the negativity. I've got thicker skin. I'm a banter king, so I can take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain times when they've said, "Oh, you fat so," or made a mad joke, and I thought, no, that is actually funny. and I DM them. That was calm. I like that. That was funny. Taz, on the other hand,
I
she takes
can't
it to
stand
heart.
it. I take it to heart. So if someone I got so many messages about how big my back is. Look how broad you are. Even the Chinese one where everything dropped. The McDonald's. Honestly, it was so many times where it was just uncalled for. Like, there was no need for it. It's not even about food. So what I do is I post and I put my phone down and I don't look. Because I'm still not at the place where I can cut away from that, because essentially you're coming for me. And that's personal. But I'm grateful for the community that we have, because that's like 1% out of the 99% we get. But what's mad is you focus on the negativity, because I'll see, oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Oh my gosh, we love you guys. You big fat. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Oh my God. Like,
do you get what I'm saying? So I haven't got to the point where I don't care yet. I will post and Adrian will be like, don't look at the comments. So even the other day, I posted a video. It was a cut from our podcast, and I was saying how I had prayed that Adrian cheated on me when we were going through our...
I saw that. I saw that.
And we're in this creators group, and one of the girls was like, Tara, don't go on TikTok. They're dragging you. Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account because Twitter's ruthless. I'm not interested. And you know what? I think that was the first time I said, I don't care. I actually didn't care, because we got verified on TikTok that day. And I said, I don't care. I just got a blue tick. And that was the first time that I said I don't care. But more time, I just have to post and I put it down and I don't look. For me.
I mean, not to say that we get all negative, but the negative, they do weight.
Yeah.
So if for anyone out there that's like, they don't have to take negativity, you kind of have to weigh it up. Do they really matter?
Facts.
Do you believe what they're saying? Is what they're saying true? Then you realise some people are just trolls. Trolls are real. They do that to get a reaction. You know, like, we've had trolls, and then we've had the same trolls email and get through to our manager just to apologise to us. I promise you.
Honestly,
Because we didn't respond to them, some of our followers may have said something in under their comment.
And they would defend us all the time.
And then they was like, oh my God, I didn't really mean it. I'm just a troll, this, that, and the other. I couldn't believe
I'm
it.
just a troll.
They went through all of that to say sorry.
But even to add, like, our community, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful, because when I put that phone down and I don't look, not that I'm like, yeah, get them, because that's never the case. We would never do that. That's not the space that we have. But they'll be like, come off this page of your bad vibes. Like, it's not, like, they'll be like, come off the page. You're not welcome here. Go away. So I feel like we're also protected by our community as well. So that's amazing. So thank you guys.
No. But I think also it's like we have to realise that social media is not a real place.
It's not 100%. A real place.
Like, I met Pastor Toby the other day. I don't have I don't know nobody, but I know how much people talk bad about him. You see, where we were at, people were queuing to take a picture with him. I know these people cuss him online. And listen, when I was going to do the event, people were like, oh, you're at the same event as Pastor Toby. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm like, bruv, it's not even my event. I'm just turning up to give a talk. I don't book who's being booked. And he was booked last minute. And people was onto me. But then when I was out there, I was like, it's like he's moving like he's Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm saying people was queuing, please, sir, please just a bit. I'm like, this social media is not a real, like, people will cuss you online. They'll meet in person. They're still come on. So you just have to understand that people will say things. It's like, imagine if we was walking, someone said this to me and I really took it. Imagine him walking on the street and two people are arguing. Would you stop to now join the argument and adjust? You would just walk past. But on social media, you scroll. No, I need to leave my thoughts in here.
You're going to know how I feel.
You're going to know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't happen in real life.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Just on this topic as well, finally, do you guys respond to comments or you leave it?
What, negative or
negative ones?
general?
So do you get in a tussle?
I respond.
I've done it a few times, but she's banned me.
Yeah, he's not allowed to anymore. Because do you know what? I'm like, forget now. In 10 years' time, Mr. Banter King, yeah. When someone decides to do a deep dive on everything we've ever posted, yeah, and they pick up something that you've said, and there's no context behind it, I don't want it to bite you in the backside. Do you get what I'm saying? For me, I definitely respond sometimes like the one where the Chinese fell. People are like, oh, you're so fat and dirty. Who eats on their bed and there's a microwave next to you? I was like, are you stupid? I said, I'm on my sofa and it's not my microwave. It's my washing machine that you heard. People thought I had a microwave next to me and I was in my bed. I said, what £600 life do you think I'm living on? That's not me. So those kind of comments I'll respond to because it's irritating me and it's annoying me. But more time, nah, not really. But those ones irritate me.
I think the only one that's annoyed me is when we did the thing for Black History.
Oh yeah.
And we did the Windrush, something about the Windrush, and then my granddad and her grand. Oh my day, the bananas, the coke,
They were like, go back to your
abuse
country, you monkeys.
on
the
that
racism
thing.
was horrible.
I was there. Wow. Where you from? Yeah, meet me there now. I'm coming there now.
And
I
it was
on
sensitive
spot.
as well,
I was like,
because my nana just passed away.
Yeah.
And we're doing the video about her. And they were like, yeah, send her back to her country. She should have never come here. You monkeys, you apes. Look at you. I said...
yeah, it's mad.
All of them with a picture of a dog.
Or a helmet.
A dog with a tennis ball. Like, it's just stupid.
Some random emojis.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But guys, we always ask our guests that come onto this pod, what is the W and the L of your career? So guys, please let us know.
W and L.
Whatever you can think of now. I know it's hard to...
I definitely know what the L is for me.
You go.
So the L is for me, we didn't utilize when we were growing on TikTok to grow our YouTube and Instagram. Didn't know how. So when we were growing on TikTok and it was a rapid change, rapid growth, it was like, oh my days, babe, look. But if it was now, we'd be like, look, all right, cool, we need to do this, we need to do that. So that's definitely, I always, certain times I think I'm like...
What's your TikTok on?
I don't
As
go
in
on
followers?
it. I don't go on it.
I think 894,000, I think.
Yes, serious.
90 something. Yeah.
What about you, Tara? You can do a W.
My W is when we had our management, they came to us at the beginning and we were, like getting the deals that was like £150, whatever, on our own. And then they got this deal for us that was, I'll even say the fee because it was £9,000, 150 to £9,000. I said, oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, they definitely had better exclusivity and usage rights. That's where the money comes from. It's the exclusivity and the usage.
Rights, yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh. Then they called back and said that we lost the deal because they had done a deep dive on our account. And basically I had said that the company is the worst company I've ever seen in my life. And they have the worst customer service. And we lost the deal because of something I tweeted.
Hence why you won't let him cuss people no more.
Yes, it makes
So
sense.
not trying to mess up the bread.
So many lessons learned there, though, because you gave some real game there. It's the exclusivity and the usage. You see when you got those two words?
People don't read. People don't read.
I love exclusivity and usage. I love it.
That's where it happens. That's
It's a
where the
game
magic
changer.
happens. But the second thing I'd say is that even though, because I had a similar situation where I was paid a good amount of money and then I didn't get all of the money. I'm going to tell that story one day, but the company went bust.
You have this last part.
Company went bust. So
how did you get any of the payment though?
So basically, they were paying in drips and drabs, innit? So I
They knew
might
that was going out.
as well say it. So it was a deal, one shoot. Listen, I was blessed to be in the situation. It was 36 bands. They paid half. Then they started paying like 1K here, 5 bills there.
That's when you knew he was in trouble.
I didn't know I was in trouble.
Because remember, the brand pays the agency.
So the agency had the money.
The agency had the
Come
money
on.
and was spending the money.
Come on.
So, and I don't say that to make people think that I'm signing a 36 band
No,
deal
of
every
course,
day.
of course.
But it was quite similar to you guys where it was like quite early on. It was a big jump. You know what I'm trying to say? I always say to people that, I used to say to Eman that, Eman used to tell me about 5-figure deals. I'll say, yeah, I want my own 5-figure deal, innit? But sometimes just not hearing these things, it made it possible for me. So like, boom, I got that. So anyways, I thought, the alarm bells were ringing. I was like, raw, why are they making these payments, innit? So on them, getting 5 bills, 1 bag, 2 bag here, yeah. And then, I'm not going to say any brands, but somebody else that worked on the campaign, another talent, messaged me and said, yo, have you got any money from them? I said, a little bit. I was over 50% at this point. A little bit. What about you? I haven't got nothing.
Not a penny.
And I've heard that they've gone bust. I said, oh my days. I brought up my manager. I said, listen, you need to verify this story, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Cut a long story short, company's gone bust, the money's washed away. However, the reason why I'm bringing that up is that you guys had a similar situation when you had 9 bags there and it's gone. And I always say to my wife, I say, babe, it's cool. Do you know why? Some of it is just knowing that you can build that.
Yeah, you can do it.
That's it. Do you know what? And that's mad because I've never thought that.
You need to be thinking that.
I've never thought that. Yeah. I always thought, what an idiot, Tara. You couldn't delete this. What's mad is I used to work for the company. I used to work for the company. I was there like, hi, would you like to get a pay monthly contract or pay as you go? I worked there for like 5 years. When I lost the 9 grand, I said, Adrian, this is Adrian. And you tell me not to message. Okay. But that's true. Yeah. That's what I could have, that's something that I could have built. They were willing to accept that.
They were willing to accept that. They were willing to accept that. And that's like some of the, at that early stage in your career, like that's crazy. 150 to 9 bands.
There's 2 more W's I got, yeah. So we did it before management. We did a deal with this food company, and then probably the month we got with our management, we did another deal with that same company, but it was like 15x amount.
Wow,
the amount. So we were like, whoa. and in the time of the grinding, yeah, we were doing a courier job, yeah, and literally we were carrying the lugs around. We did it together. People was like, oh my day, meet the forks. Opening the door like, we're like, oh, yeah, Mr. Asuquo, can you sign? Yeah, and as we got into the lift. Got into the lift, yeah. We looked at each other like, this can't happen no more, man. This is, I'm done. Got out the lift and a missed call from our manager. Manager's called him back, said, yeah, we got you a massive deal, same company that we were doing a courier service for. I said, God, are you that?
Mad.
And it
Crazy.
was, you get me? At that time, it was our biggest deal.
Crazy.
Can you say it again, please? Just one more time. Crazy. You was couriering,
and
then got your big deal
biggest
from the courier
at that time from the company that was couriering for.
Yeah, lugging around the parcels, husband and wife,
and open the door. People say,
hey, move the forks. Yeah. Hey, yo.
Even one time, Adrian was. So I pack. So when we go to the depot, I pack, I scan everything, I do it in alphabetical order. Okay, this is where we're going, this is where we're going. I've planned it. It's amazing. Great organisation. Then Adrian gets out and delivers, right? And one time Adrian got out of the car and some guy was like, you should be doing this job. Why are you doing this job?
You're a big celebrity,
You're a big celebrity. Well, you're broke. And we were like,
hey.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you know what's interesting as well? People will clock you guys, because I know it because it happens to me and my wife, when you're together. You see, when it might be one of you, it's like, hey, that person looks a little bit like, what is both? It's Gara.
100%.
It's Gara.
100%. But there has been a lot of wins. I know you guys are wrapping it up, but a win is that we get to do this. Like, this is work, guys.
Facts, this is work.
This is work. Like, do you know how mad that is? I used to go to work with my ball and chain around my ankle. Look, I've got ADHD. Listen, I can't sit down for too long. I'm like bouncing off the walls. I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I'm staring at the screen. It's too much. Guys, we actually get to do this as a job. Is that not a win?
It's a win. You need reminders sometimes as well, because 100%. The other day I went to something with Eman and I came in and Eman was like, what are you saying, man? How's things? I was like, yeah, man, it's a high, man. So we were like 8 p.m. Eman was like, but this is like work. This is work for us now. Like the other day, on another day, you would have been in the office the whole day to get like a smidgen of what they're paying you to do today.
With John on your back about how reports aren't done.
So you need the reminders, and it's like, yeah, you need to be ambitious, but you still need to have gratitude.
100%.
Very, very tough balance, but you need to have both.
100%. 100%.
But yeah.
Listen, meet the forks.
Meet the forks, man.
My new favourite episode. I don't care. This could go on forever. This is. I need to watch this myself because I've enjoyed it too much.
It's been so good. We need to do a part 2 or something. Or you guys come on to True Talk with the Forks.
No, definitely.
Of course.
That would be sick, actually. Yeah.
You guys are invited.
We'll start the new season.
Season 3.
Jeez,
but seriously, you lot are amazing. Like, carry on doing what you're doing. Like, I want you to understand that because you guys exist, people are now able to quit their job, copying your blueprint. Do you understand? Because you guys chose to do what the talent God gave you and take it to that level. Now people have, you said, I didn't know, I didn't have to see them up. People don't have to see, they've seen you. you are people's reason why they know they can quit their job today. Because of you guys. So keep doing what you're doing. Like, it's absolutely amazing. We're proud, like, as a community, the way you do it, the way you talk about God as well, and show that positive black love, couples. We ain't all single parent families. We ain't all divorced and all on our own, baby mamas everywhere. You're a great example for us, like, across the nation, and the fact that you've reached America, Asia, across the world. You know what I mean? It's not just a UK thing. Like, everyone gets you. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. We're so proud.
Thank you.
Big you guys up, man. But
Thank
guys,
you.
that's been the Bread and Butter podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well.
Let us know your best parts in the comment. And there's too many. Let us know your best parts in the comment. Like, the gems. What was your gem takeaway from this? Because see me, the amount of gems I've taken from this thing, I wish I had my notepad and pen. I will be writing. I'm going to have to watch it again to write the gems down. Hey, but make sure you listen, take it in. Like, actually take it in. Yes, laugh, but take it in, man.
Thank you guys. Peace.
Bye.